I was 16 years old, sitting on a cold bathroom floor, holding a pregnancy test I didn't want to look at. Because deep down, I already knew what it was going to say. And I knew my life was about to split into before and after. This is Unplanned Young Mother Stories. Real stories, raw truth, and the moments that change everything. It didn't start with the test. It started with a feeling that something wasn't right. I remember sitting in class, trying to focus, but my mind kept drifting. I felt tired all the time, not just sleepy, but exhausted in a way I couldn't explain. At first, I ignored it. I told myself, "You're just stressed. Maybe you're overthinking." But then the days passed, and that feeling didn't go away. It got stronger, and deep down, there was this quiet voice I didn't want to listen to. I bought the test in silence. I remember standing in the store, holding it in my hand, feeling like everyone could see right through me, like they knew, like I was already being judged. The walk home felt longer than usual. Every step felt heavy, like I was walking towards something I couldn't escape. When I got home, I didn't take it right away. I just stared at the box for a long time, because as long as I didn't take it, there was still a chance everything was okay. But eventually, I couldn't avoid it anymore. So I went into the bathroom, closed the door, and sat there in silence. My hands were shaking. My heart was beating so fast, I could hear it. I took the test, and then I couldn't look at it. I just set it down and waited. Those few minutes felt like forever. I remember staring at the wall, counting my breaths, trying to stay calm. But nothing about that moment was calm. And then I looked. 2 pink lines. Clear. Unmistakable. Final. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't even move. I just stared at it, like my brain couldn't process what I was seeing. Because how do you understand something like that when you're still a kid yourself? I kept thinking, this isn't real. This can't be happening to me. But it was. And no matter how long I stared at it, those lines didn't disappear. I slowly stood up and looked at myself in the mirror. And I swear, I didn't recognize the person staring back at me. Just a few hours ago, I was just a normal teenager. Now, I felt like everything about me had changed. Not physically, not yet, but mentally, everything was different. In one moment, I went from being someone's daughter, someone's friend, a student, to someone who was about to become a mother. That's when the fear hit. Not all at once, but in waves. What am I going to do? How am I going to tell anyone? What are people going to say? I started thinking about my family, their faces, their reactions, the disappointment. Then I thought about school, the whispers, the stares, the judgment. And then I thought about him. And suddenly, my chest felt tight because I knew telling him was going to change everything. Part of me wanted to pretend it never happened, to hide it, to ignore it, to go back to the life I had just a few hours before. But another part of me knew there was no going back. This wasn't something I could undo. This wasn't something I could hide forever. This was real, and it wasn't going anywhere. I sat back down on that bathroom floor, holding the test in my hand, trying to figure out how my life had changed so quickly. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have support, and I didn't have answers. But I knew one thing for sure. The hardest part wasn't seeing those 2 pink lines. It was what came next, because I had to tell him. And what happened after that is something I'll never forget. Watch episode 2, because when I told him, everything fell apart.